should we have known earlier that, Kyrie was growing disenchanted, and should we have seen the cracks before? Like, certainly by February, it wasn't even necessarily in the locker room. I think back to the shoot around in New York where he said the whole "ask me July 1st" thing. And, there was tension there. But like Marcus Morris, he said in March that they weren't having fun. Kyrie sort of hinted at the same thing in as early as November. And I think that really was just a product of there was such high expectations that when these guys fell so woefully short at the start of the year, they got so frustrated they never quite got out of their own heads. And so I do believe Marcus when he says that, in general, like they liked each other, that they hung out together, that there wasn't like the locker room dissension that they walk in there and it's like, oh, I hate these guys. They just hated the way they played together, and they could never get past their own individual agendas to figure that out, or at least not long stretches of it. I mean, heck, in the playoffs, they won 5 in a row, and then, it all came unraveled. So, you could see guys had their moments. I mean, Shemi Ojale went off at one point, and, like, he's the last guy you would expect to be boiling, but, like, there was a point in the year where he sat there and unloaded on this roster. And now think about that. That's like the 12th man on the roster. He's just working his butt off trying to get out there. But even he's sitting there going, we got all this talent. I can't even get on the floor. And these guys can't figure it out. And to me, that just sort of summed up everything with this team. There was so much talent, so much potential. They never came close to maximizing it. And each guy had their individual frustrations at some point. And I don't know. It just sort of hovered over that team the whole year. Where it was always like that locker room just, again, I didn't walk in there and go, oh, these guys are mad at each other, they hate each other. But it was like these guys are just so frustrated that they can't figure it out. And there's a lot of finger pointing, and they never quite went around about it the right way.